Howdy, folks. Howdy, peeps. I hope we are well. Hope we are splendid. Second stream of the day. Should be a good one. Should be an absolute cracker. Possibly the game of the round. We've got 3 possible games of the round. We've got this one. We've got the 2 tomorrow. Warrington versus Wigan. Could be. I think Wigan could and maybe should be fine in that one. But Saints versus Wakefield maybe could be an interesting one. Could throw up a decent game. Evening, Finn. Good to see you again, sir. Good to see you again. There is a poll in the live stream chat. Let me know who you think is going to win this one. Teams are up on screen. I'll do a quick run through now. And I'll do another one before we start. I'll also find the channel that it's on. Indeed, Kieran. Evening. Yes, a haircut indeed. I meant to mention as well, Kieran, I was looking through emails earlier because somebody hasn't got their Bradford shirt from the fundraiser. So I've contacted Bradford. I messaged them on TikTok 6 days ago because that's who they first got in touch with me on TikTok. Didn't hear anything, had to email them today. I saw your email that, or saw the emails I was exchanging with RL Commercial. I forgot that I already told them that you'd chosen the grand final tickets, and they said they'd get in touch with you closer to the game. That was back in April, so I'd imagine it's maybe a few weeks before the grand final they'll get in touch. So, but yeah, Bradford, even though you're not watching, you've got stuff to send. I hope everyone else has sent it. Like, I hope there's none others that haven't received their stuff. Evening, bro, from Papua New Guinea. Sleepy Cougar, good to see you. Welcome from Papua New Guinea. It must be early there, right? It's, well, at least in Canberra, it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3... It's at least 4 a.m. in Canberra. So PNG's, what, an hour ahead, maybe? 2 hours? And that's early. It's very early. 4:50 a.m. Well, thank you for being here so early. Thank you very much. The game is on Sky Sports Action. Hola, Joshua. Hola. I know worry still nothing from them yet, but all good. Still for a good cause. Absolutely. Is there a point when you'd like me to get in touch with them, Kieran? Because I will do. That would be the plan. But how close would you feel comfortable with me getting in touch with them? Just to make sure that they know. Please do Rugby League 26. Maybe Sunday. Maybe. Does Sam Lasoni want to come to us early? He might want to. But I very much doubt that would happen. John Wilkin and Sam Tompkins on the as the analysts today. I like those two as a pairing. I think those two are probably my favourites on TV, if I'm honest. When you're adding mods to the Discord, I don't even know. I guess I need to pick who would be a mod. Who do I absolutely trust to moderate things? I don't feel it needs a mod that much. But I'm not in it constantly, so whatever you think the mods are needed for, let me know. Briley went to Oldham. Oh my god. I thought he was staying. Oh, but they need money, don't they? Yeah, just remember, they absolutely need money. Do you guys see what was tweeted before by Matt Shaw from All Out Rugby League? I thought it was a joke what he tweeted earlier. Well, apparently it's true. He tweeted, I'm told Salford currently have no coach travel for the game this weekend as the club owes the transport company and they won't provide further service. They also don't have access to their kit because the laundrette is owed money as well and won't give kit back until they're paid. It sounds like a joke. I still believe it's a joke, but I don't even know. I don't even know. Recently watched your predictions. You're on point. Should possibly be game of the round. Lead by 4 points. Well, thank you very much. I think I maybe went a bit too far on the last Super League predictions video. I used to make videos that long. Like back in 2023, early 2024. I think I'll try and keep the predictions videos longer, but maybe not quite that long. 45 minutes is a bit of a stretch, really. But the thing is, longer videos are normally better for revenue as well. That's the thing. And I kind of, whilst I'm trying to make this a living, longer videos equals more money, therefore better revenue, therefore, etc., etc. Got SA, Ashworth and SA and Watts till the end of the season. Very nice. Team meeting at home, 2 seconds, no problem. Warrington is cooked. Maybe. I still have a bit of faith in tomorrow, because even if we've got Kai Taylor-Ray starting, I'm actually just looking forward to him getting some more game time. So, yeah, and plus Danny Walker back for another week. You never know. They need money to get their kit back, absolutely, and a bus, yeah. Yeah, not going well for Salford. They get walking now, players might make it Sunday, yeah. Hope Hankinson's a good signing. It probably will be Hopey. Probably. It's when I've seen him, he's been reliable, been solid. So quite lively sometimes. So I think he'll be all right. Night out for the season is a big one. He's our only prop that can do 60 minutes realistically. Night out for the season. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that's helpful for predictions, so thank you for that. So that's like the kind of thing, if I had an injury list thing that's updated regularly, then I'd know that for the next predictions video, which I do, of course. Right, team meeting done. Don't worry, Rob, if RL send email or not. It's not worth you running around, brother. It was all for a good cause. If they email, yeah. If not end of the world. I get you, and I appreciate you saying that, but you donated a good chunk of money. Like, you should get the tickets. It's would be a bit ridiculous if they don't give them. So I will chase them. If you haven't heard, with 3 weeks, if you haven't heard by the time playoff starts, I'll send them an email. Thing is, clubs post injuries come out the day before 21-man squad, so Thursday for Sunday games. Yeah, if it would seriously help if first of all we had an injury list like the NRL does. I know there used to be like Love Rugby League. I think they used to update theirs regularly, but they stopped doing it midway through last season. It's difficult to have to go to every club to find out who's available and who's not. But it would help if Super League did one. And also, another thing the NRL does is they announce the teams every Tuesday. So you know who's playing. I'd push my predictions videos back to Tuesday if they would do that. If they, on a Monday or Tuesday, announce who's in the squad. Like, it doesn't even have to be... Like, if they just put in an assumed lineup, that'd be great. Evening, Alex. Good to see you. I need to top up this water, actually, before we start. But... Right, I'll do a quick run through of the teams now, then I'll just top up the water, and I'll be back. Okay. So, the lineups. In the backs for Leigh Leopards, they have Hodgson, Brand, Niu, Hanley, Charnley, O'Brien, and Lamb. In the forwards, it includes Trout, Ipape, Offengawi, Holton, Hughes, and Liu. On the bench is McNamara, Mulhern, Davis, and O'Neill. 18th man is Tuatavake. For the Leeds Rhinos, in the backs they have Miller, Hall, Handley, Newman, Hankinson on debut, Croft and Connor. The forwards include Palacia, O'Connor, Jenkins, McDonald, Gannon and Watkins. The bench includes Bentley, Lasone, Cassell and Ackers. 18th man is Sinfield. You've lost your Fire Stick remote. Not good. Not good. White rum, good choice, pure vodka. No, it's a new brand. It's called H2O 2.0. Malibu by chance. Wouldn't personally drink it straight, but I know some do. Well, I'm not one of those people. So, I can't help you there. I can't help you. Right, I'm going to go... why? When Sam says that, why do I hear him say it as like, so I've got to resort to you? Not so, okay, well, guess I'll resort to Kinetic Rugby League. It's alright. We always have fun over there. It's like, going to resort to you. That's how I hear him saying it. Right. I will quickly sort out this drink. Evening, Fred. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. NRL team lists are out on Tuesday evening, which is kind of beneficial in giving good predictions. Exactly. But last round 3 big upsets for 3 teams on top. Yeah, true. It really helps knowing who is definitely playing, but because we don't have at least an injury list, if we had at least that, then I can find out who isn't playing for sure. Well, exactly. You don't really want to be here. You'd rather not be here than be here. Anyway, okay, I'll be right back. Just going to top up this water. Okay, nothing else. Water. Bang! Back in 2 getting a brew. Tell him not to start yet. I'll let him know. Kieran's making a brew. If we can just wait. Hi, James. How are we, mate? You can smell the coconut from here, mate. Can't trick me. Come on, Lee, says James. Right then. I'm going to end this poll in the live stream chat. 17 votes, 65% say Lee's going to win. And we are underway, folks. And the smoke machines are going off already. Can barely see a thing right now. But it's Hughes with a carry just short of the 20. Ipape now with Trout through centre field over the 20. 30 seconds gone. Third tackle for Lee. Go left to Lamb. Then to Frankie Holton. Over the 30 and a few metres shy of the 40. Next carry from Liu. And a kick on the last towards the back right. Hankinson with his first carry in a Lee jersey up towards the 30 and brought down. Win percentage when they score first is 100% for both these teams, so one of them will lose it today. In Super League, at least. So, Leeds, just a few metres shy of halfway. 3 more tackles in this set as well. Watkins in centre field will go left to Connor. Then to Miller. Gets around O'Brien. Hanley gets a hold of him, brings him down. O'Brien has some dodgy moments defensively. Connor, now to Jenkins. Straight into Isaac Liu. Only 20 metres out, last tackle. Left to Jake Connor. Plenty of heights on this one. Keenan Brand underneath it. Batted backwards by Leeds, I think. Then knocked on. It's going to be a turnover. Excuse me. There's a few PNG players for Leigh. And in just around Super League as well. Making a name for themselves. 35 seconds behind again. Oh no. Oh no. Did you go over the team list? I did. Got an itchy nose. I've got an itchy nose, and no, not for that reason. It's just itchy. This fan might have to go on in a bit. Offengawi with the next carry. Has Offengawi been the signing of the season? Maybe. He's up there. Top 5 at worst. Possibly top 3. Ipape in centre field. On his left to Hodgson on the 4th tackle. Takes it up towards the 40. Ipape, left to Lamb. Collected by Miller on his own 20 up towards the 13. That's 3 minutes gone. Just into the back and forth at the moment. I think field position looks slightly better for Leeds right now. It's just, can they do anything with it? Can they maintain these sets right now? Supplies from Colombia. Oh, it's just sherbet lemon. That's all it is. I promise you. Leeds inside Leigh territory. 40 metres out, right to Croft. Switches back to Newman. I was talking about this in my predictions video. Luckily, I sometimes know what I'm talking about. But Jake Connor, down the left edge, over the 20, inside the red zone. Last tackle. They wanted a 6 again, and they've got a 6 again. Miller, stepping down the left edge, up towards the 10. Stopped on the 10. Back towards the middle with Watkins. Then to Palacia. Gets an offload for Watkins again. Then across to McDonald. Then to Newman. Good chance here if he can find the space. Steps off his right foot. I think he probably could have committed more towards the outside. I think there's a bit of room for him to use up. Plays it on the second tackle for O'Connor, right at the sticks. Croft in centre field, left to Watkins. Just pops the ball up to Palacia. Stopped 2 or 3 metres short of the try line, left of the sticks. O'Connor waits. 4.5 minutes gone. Third tackle. Right to Miller. Kicks the ball through. Decent chase, but knee was there. Leeds have got it. 99.9% confident that's grounded by Croft. They're going to check it. On-field decision is a try. I think that's Leeds in with a try. I think they're in. Wasn't expecting it on the third tackle, that's for sure. No, I think that's fine right there, that frame. That'll do. That'll do nicely. You think it's a green screen? He's in Iron Apple secretly. Is this a good try? I wouldn't say good try. I mean, it's a It's an alright try. Not confirmed yet. You doing Wolves vs Wigan? No, Kevin. I'll be at the game, so I can't do that. I didn't really hear Marshall, so I don't know what he's going with. I'm not ignoring anyone yet. I'll get to the chat in a second. I'm just waiting on this decision. It is going to be... I didn't hear what he said, so is it going to be a... What is it going to be? It's no try. That's probably the right call, actually. I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. Right, let's have a look at the chat. Yeah, what lawsuit? Day one of reminding Robbie lost to a teenager. Well, you beat an old man, okay? You beat an old man. Against you, Barber. I think we all know. The trim's good. I think we all know. It's now with Lamb, then to O'Brien, then to Hughes down the right edge, coming up towards halfway. Approaching 5.5 minutes. Liu in centre field, then to Offengawi. Inside Leeds territory, 2 more tackles to go in this set. I need to keep yawning, it's pissing me off. Why does my head look so square? I don't think it does personally, but okay. Towards the back left now with Miller underneath it, takes it cleanly. And it's Ryan Hall who takes it over the 10. 6 minutes on the clock. Next carry from Hankinson on debut once again. Hello, Darryl. Up towards the 20. O'Connor. Now with Gannon up towards the 30. Now the 40 for Jenkins. 6.5 minutes on the clock. Last tackle out the back to Brodie Croft. Kicks from behind the 40. Hodgson underneath it, takes it cleanly over the 20. Strong return here. Over the 30. Good return. Ipape hands the ball off to Umaila Hanley. I feel like I might have to use I might have to say Ash Hanley and Umaila Hanley just to make sure it separates the two. I might have to do that every time. Just to make it easier. Ipape at dummy half. On the halfway line. I need to yawn again. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I don't get it. I don't get it. Ipape will go right to O'Brien. Pops out the back to Lamb. Then to Hodgson under pressure but spins past Ash Hanley. Brand recovers the ball. I'm going to say play on. Possible knock on, but yeah, all good there. Umaila Hanley takes it up towards the 30. Now O'Brien hands it off to Liu in centre field. Short of the 20 by about 1 or 2 metres. Left to Lamb. Then to Niu. Dangerous from this range. Stopped a few metres short of the line. Last tackle, 8 minutes gone. Now with Lamb, kicks the ball through. Miller under pressure, recovers the ball and is stopped a metre or 2 in front of the try line. That's good defensive work there from Lee. Well done from Miller as well. And O'Connor scoots, dragged over the in-goal, or into in-goal possibly. He is. Good work from Lee. Nicely done. Very nicely done. You just bought Storm, Bulldogs, Raiders, Indigenous jerseys. Oh, nice. 22-2 by Storm, even though Storm didn't play a super game. Maybe shows their great talent. Yeah, probably that, Jonathan, plus the key players going down for the Broncos. But yeah. You think the ideal girlfriend likes rugby? Maybe. All those nights out in street fights? Who's that? Is that you? Guess how much you paid for all three? I'm going to say... £180. Actually, plus shipping. Nah, I'm going to say £220. I'll say you paid £220. 9.5 minutes gone. Third tackle. Ipape, only 20 metres out. Hands off to Liu. Then to Lamb, going left. Now with Holton. Pushes off Harry Newman. But he is wrapped up just near the 10. I'm about to yawn again, for God's sake. Hanley into the corner. I would have commentated on that, but I needed to yawn. For God's sake, that's actually a great try as well. I didn't say a word. That's a try for Lee. For God's sake. We move. Well done, Hanley. Umaila Hanley. You know, the one that I said should be potentially in the England squad. That one. 273.77, shipping included. I can't lie, it was a good price from NRL shop. Alright, fair enough. Well, there's nights out in the street fights. You're saying that was me, and that's why I'm yawning. Bloody hell. I don't know, I was up at like 8:30, so it's kind of, you know, it's starting to get a bit late in the day for me. But I don't know. I don't think I did. I think you know that. Right, this fan is going on. Hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. I did, yeah, Liam. That's exactly what I said, that Umaila Hanley would be the Robert Toya option. The kick from O'Brien is no good. Boo! Boo, you stink. Stays 4-0. Did you say Handley or Hanley? Because obviously Handley isn't better than Handley, because Handley has probably had the better season than Handley. I said Handley, personally. So don't get me confused, because I didn't say Hanley, I said Hanley. Okay? Even though if Hanley was in the squad, I'd be fine with that, but I'd prefer Hanley to be in the squad because I think Hanley's had a better season than Hadley. And that time I said Hadley, not Handley. Maybe just put them all in. Just put them all in there. Honestly. SA to SASA. It is what it is. Leigh Leopards in possession, 12.5 minutes gone. Second tackle, O'Brien hands it off to Liu through centre field. Victor Radley too. Sure. If you have to. Ipape, left to Lamb. Kicks from behind the 40. 40-20 attempt here, maybe. He's got the angle. He does not have the distance. Hankinson drops it backwards. Under pressure though. Stopped just short, or just in front of the 10. Dragged into touch. Well done, Leigh Leopards. Well done. Good work. Hankinson under a lot of pressure there. What's your music taste? All over the place. Absolutely all over the place. Pitley to win by 8. Oh, right, okay. What did I go with? I'm trying to think. I know I had Lee to win. Scissor, Glorilla and Sexy Red. I don't recall any Sexy Red songs I've listened to. I have sometimes listened to Yeah Glow by Glorilla. I have listened to Scissor. So it's honestly, it's a wild mix. It's a wild mix. Hodgson up towards the 10. Ipape left of the sticks. Then to Liu. Stopped 2 metres short of the line. Just left of the sticks, 14 minutes gone. Third tackle. Ipape just pops the ball up off Ngawi, almost in, but he's just... Is he held up there, or can he play it short of the line? He's held up, apparently. Ipape to O'Brien, then to Lamb. Hankinson gets a touch on it. Ends up in the hands of Keenan Brand. And he's in. Brand new bombshell Keenan Brand has entered the in-goal area for a try. The lead has been extended. (8-0). Right, nobody score anything again now, and Kieran's bob on. Nobody score. Should we get a trumpet? I think we should. Was great for Fev. Got a good flick pass on. Music listened to. Well, I've never heard of that. I think it was 24-16 prediction. You might be right, actually, Jonathan. You might be right. Can I imagine you listening to Yellow? It's more ironically than... It's like a... Not an inside joke. That's not the right term. But it's like something me and my mates kind of like joke about. This game so far is a level above the Warrington game. So far, yeah. So far. No, sir. No, sir. Can O'Brien correct his previous mistake? Kicks will potentially be huge later on in this game. It's no good. It is no good. Yeah, it's what a lovely, lovely way to say that indeed. Back underway. Leigh Leopards in possession. Coaches hate that. He'll be miffed. So you know what? Take those tries away. Add on the conversions instead. Who scored them? It was Keenan Brand and Umaila Hanley. Umaila Hanley was first. Trout with a carry just short of the 30. 17 minutes gone. Third tackle. Out the back to O'Brien. 40-20 attempt here. Maybe. Distance was there, not quite the angle, and Miller was also there to collect it. So Leeds have a bit of work to do, getting dragged back a few metres here. Nailed it. Best metal band of all time? I'm not really into my metal, to be honest. I kind of draw the line at rock, to be honest. The screamy, shouty stuff, I can't be doing with it. Newman with the next carry up towards the 40. Palacia goes left to Connor, then to Miller. Bit of room here down the left edge. Ash Handley is wrapped up by Umaila Hanley. Get him in the England squad, I'm telling you. Jake Connor goes left to Miller. Then to Gannon, chips the ball over the top. Collected by Hodgson under pressure near the touchline though. He just stays in field. It is now with Keenan Brand. 15 metres out from the try line. Ipape at dummy half. Left to Lamb, but it's a penalty for Lee. Oh dear, oh dear. It just keeps snowballing. I find with this score, no one get anything else. Exactly. If Lee want to score a few more, that's fine by me. Well, maybe they will. Maybe they will. Slade. There's that one Slade... There was one Slade song. You will know that Slade song. What was that Slade song? There's one I remember. I ain't doing that, Sam. I ain't doing it. Leeds need to put up some big bigs to shift the momentum. Yeah, Lasone could change the game. I'd imagine he'll be on within the next 10 minutes or so. I think they'll need him. Lamb down the left edge, switches back to Niu. Over the 20. Ipape goes right to O'Brien, then to Lamb. Pops up to Hughes. Stop just short of the 10. So with Lamb on the 20, kicks towards the short side right. It's not a great kick. Batted back from Hanley, kick through from O'Brien. Hodgson's chasing. Miller shrugs past Hodgson. And up towards the 10. That's a great recovery. Really important there. We now all agree in Brimson for fullback for England? No, I'm still saying Will Price. If it's not Wellesby, it's Will Price for me. If it's not Will Price, it's Max Jowett. And then maybe Brimson. Jenkins with a carry up towards the 30 for Leeds. Yeah, I watched him almost turn around the game against Penrith. I would also keep in mind that there's three tries they scored were when they were a man up. I would also keep that in mind. So now with Jake Connor on the last from the halfway line. So we've gone through the first quarter of the game. And Charnley takes it over the 20. Pumping his legs close to the 30 now. It's a great carry, actually. Miller's footwork is great. It really is. It really is. Makes him much harder to bring down. There's a great offload from Niu. Hodgson up towards the 40. Brimson is great to have in the squad because of how many positions he can play. Yeah, I was just thinking that before I read the second half of the message. Because of how many positions. If he was in the squad, I've got no issues with that. But I think Jake Connor plays the exact same positions. I think he's earned a spot more. So I'm cool with that. Well, considering Dufty or Ratchford cannot play for England, I'm going to say no. Well, Dufty can't. Ratchford just won't and should not. Last tackle, Lee on enemy territory 40. O'Brien kicks slightly towards the back left. Miller underneath it. Holton is chasing. Gets him brought down just shy of the 10. 22 minutes about to hit the clock. Now with Ryan Hall. Makes 2 or 3 metres. Croft now with Newman. Over the 20. Over near the left-hand side of the field. Now with Gannon over the 30. And Connor with a 40-20 attempt here. Distance is there. Angle looks alright. 40-20 from Jake Connor. That's a momentum shift. If I've ever seen one. That is huge. Look at him go. Jake Connor. People keep doubting him. Look at him go. Look at him go. Either want a Leeds comeback or Leeds to start a scrap out of frustration. Interesting. Jenkins plays it 5 metres out between the sticks. Left to Watkins. Stopped a few metres short of the try line. O'Connor goes right to Jake Connor. Switches back to Jenkins. Stopped a metre short in front of the right post. O'Connor left to Watkins. Stopped 1 or 2 metres short of the line. 23.5 minutes on the clock. O'Connor shoots it right to Miller. Then to Croft. Flat pass to Newman. Slammed into the ground by Niu, but still gets an offload to Hall. A few Leigh players have an issue with that, but the referee says play on. O'Connor spins, hands it off to Jake Connor. He's stepping back towards the middle. Stopped a few metres short of the line. Last tackle. About to be 24 minutes. Jake Connor slow to get up. Not happy about something. His wrist. Hurts his wrist maybe. Croft kicks towards the back right. Charnley goes up, comes down with it, but he is tackled in goal. And it's a penalty for Leeds, actually. Someone taken out off the ball, or escort, something like that. Yes, someone was taken out off the ball. Would you have Radley? Yes, I would. If correct, Dufty dropped because he's late for training. That's what's going around. That's the rumour. But who knows? Or would you leave him out for his own sake? No, I'd have Radley in there. Miller's just scored a try. Maybe. Yeah, he scored a try. Well, I missed that one. So let's watch it again, shall we? Well, that's an answer back from Leeds off the back of a 40-20 from Jake Connor. Really well done. Really well done. Let's have a gander. So there's an offload for Watkins. Hands it off to Miller. Sizes up the line. Gets around O'Brien, who sort of caught out there. Yeah, it's that lead runner. I think that lead runner just keeps O'Brien locked in there. So he's, yeah, a bit too much space for Miller around the outside. Nicely done, though, from Lockie Miller. That's a huge answer back from Leeds. If they can get the kick as well, it puts a bit of pressure on Lee. And then O'Brien's really going to have to switch it on. So it's 8-4 with the kick to come. I reckon he'll get it, but I'll just hang on for now. That was great defence. This is the new Lee of the last 5 games. Forget that. Take it back. Nenny McDonald is going wire. I'm still not sure if that's definitely happening or not. I'm not sure. Problem with Connor is don't think Sean Wayne's that much of a fan of him. That's possible. That's very possible. But I don't know what else you want Jake Connor to do this season, really. Like, what do you want him to do? It's no good. The kick is no good. Lamb calls that stupid escort pen. Oh yeah. It completely passed my brain that it was an escorting pen. Even though I absolutely hate those. I don't know. I think the fact that I thought it was going to be a goal line dropout and they would have got the ball back anyway, in my head I assumed it didn't really matter. But yeah, I hate escorting pens. They're so stupid. 3 missed conversions in 26 minutes. I'll take it. Let's just keep going 4 for 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 4. Let's see what happens. 27 minutes on the clock. O'Connor now with McDonald over the 20. Thoughts on Catalan's added Charlie Staines. Bloody hell. Could they just have a day off with signings? Charlie Staines would be a pretty good signing, to be fair. He is rapid. Quick with his feet. Good step and all that. I think he's a reliable option. I think Charlie Staines would be a pretty good signing, actually. Watkins on the halfway line goes right to Croft. Then across to McDonald. Just gets a hold of the ball. Brought down 40 metres out from the try line. Last tackle for Leeds. Inside Leeds territory. Croft with a kick under pressure from, I think that was Mulhern. Towards the back left slightly. Brand is beaten to the ball by Ash Hanley. But that's going to be a turnover. Couldn't tell who it was then. 28 minutes on the clock. You like Charlie Staines just because Ty Tuivasa likes him too? Oh, right, okay. Catalans are actually doing what they should have done years ago with their quota, signing players in their mid-20s, not 30s. That's very true. They are building a very strong squad. I just don't know if I trust the coaching staff yet. I don't know. Ipape scoots from dummy half, then takes the ball just short of halfway. 28.5 minutes on the clock, fourth tackle. Lamb on his right to Hodgson, inside Leeds territory. Now the last tackle. Out the back to Lamb, down the left edge. Kicks towards the back left. Reinhold underneath it. Takes it cleanly. Takes it over the 10 as well. Niu, Holton and Mulhern there in the tackle. Croft, now to Newman. Spreading it left possibly. It's with Miller. Launches it left to Ash Handley. Over the 20. So more metres laterally than forwards. Miller hands it off to Hankinson. Not really had an amazing debut so far. He's been put into touch and he's had a couple carries, so nothing particularly exciting for Hankinson here. And it's a penalty for Leeds. Lasone is also on. So momentum is kind of shifting towards Leeds now. That 40-20 was massive. And then with Lasone on, those carries through the middle could be huge as well. Honestly, he could be. Because that one from Connor was a bit of a dodgy one. Leeds with a fresh set. Half an hour gone. So with Palace here, bumps off Frankie Holton. That's a great hit. Smashing hit, I guess you could say. Jake Connor goes left to Brodie Croft. Pops the ball up to Gannon's head. And that will just end up in the hands of Lee. Of Hodgson. Lachlan Lamb hands the ball off to Keenan Brand, the second try scorer of the game. Takes it over the 20, coming up towards the 30. Just short of the 40. McNamara is also on for the Leopards. Lachlan Lamb switches back to Mulhern. Pape with a break. Rebecca Blair hates Leeds. Okay. McNamara. Then to Lamb. So far, Sam, that's probably your most realistic bullshit transfer so far. That's your most realistic one. But you're not getting me yet. O'Brien with a kick on the last towards the back right. Miller underneath it, goes up, takes it cleanly. And he's stopped a few metres short of the try line. Plays it for Jake Connor. Now with Hankinson. Over the 10. Which prediction for Wigan vs Warrington? I went with... that one. That one I said 24-16 to Wigan. Next carry from... Is that the Zen Monk? The Zen Monk is on. James Bentley carries it up towards the 30. Then Watkins up towards the 40. O'Connor on the last. 32 minutes on the clock. Goes left to Lasone. Then to Jake Connor. Kicks from the 40-metre line. Taken on the full by Charnley. Yes, it is. On the 20. Up towards the 30. Bumps into Brodie Croft. And McDonnell. And he's stopped on the 30. We'll play this for Lamb. Now with Niu. Up towards the 40. I don't know who that is, Leslie. I don't know who that is. Now with Liu, then to Mulhern. 2 more tackles in this set, and they're inside Leeds territory. McNamara will go left to Lamb. Pops up to Holton. Hits the ground just short of the 30. Last tackle. In centre field with O'Brien. Kicks towards the back left. Out on the full maybe? It's out on the full. You can't be doing that. You just can't be doing that. Never played Street Fighter? Not really. Oh yes, I look exactly like him, to be fair. Spot on, muscles and all. I played Tekken. On the halfway line, O'Connor will go right to Watkins, then to Lasone. Carries it just short of the 40. Brodie Croft, out the back to Miller, switches back to Newman, cuts back towards the middle, offloads it to Watkins. Then across to Jake Connett. Now Gannon. Gets an offload for Ash Handley, cuts back towards the middle himself. Again, talked about this in the predictions video. I do know what I'm talking about. Sometimes. Watkins goes right to Croft. Skipping towards the left-hand side. Stopped on the 20. Last tackle for Leeds. O'Connor. Right to Jake Connett. Plenty of height on this kick. Hodgson goes up, knocks the ball on. Recovered by Croft. Fresh set of 6 for Leeds. Only 10 metres out. Tough bit of work for Lee to do here now. Great chance for Leeds to equalise or even take the lead. Plays it just short of the try line. Left of the sticks. They'll go right to Lasone. Could crash over here. Got to be careful. There's no way they've just let him do that. There's no way. Say it ain't so. It is so. Of course it's so. How? You just can't do that. You can't do that. Leeds will take the lead here. Because that's right in front of the sticks. That's going to be 10-8. What a great start from Lee. But ever since that 40-20, ever since that moment, that momentum has shifted massively. Lee have still found themselves in good field position at times, like here and there. But honestly, well done Leeds for turning this around. That is Sam Lasone with another try. He's had a good handful this year. Zen Monk and his mystic aura causing issues. What a guy. Russian wrestler, I remember when Oz played Russia. Oh, right, okay. Lee needs to try before half-time to win. Well, maybe they'll get... You know, they've got 4 minutes left. What did I actually say for this game? Let's have a gander, shall we? $24-18 to Lee. That's what I said. It's on. Oh, I'm only 58 subs away from 11,000. How cool is that? The next target is 15k. That is the next target. That's a great question, Paul. And to answer that, there is 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go in this first half. Would be 24-18 if they converted. Well, Lee can score 4 more tries unconverted if they want to. Actually, Leeds can score 2 unconverted as well if they want to. It's still on. That's all I know. It's still on. Don't forget, both have won 100% of Super League games when they've scored first. Lee was the first to score. I'm just not answering that. I'm just not answering that. You ask some weird questions. You're a weird Donny, you sometimes, lad. Now with Watkins, up towards the 20. Paul, thank you very much for that. That is greatly appreciated. You get a trumpet, of course. Thank you kindly. That's also a mistake from Gannon. I don't think... love's a strong word. A strong word. But seriously, why is an independent panel picking the next 2 Super League clubs? Is that meant to say why it isn't, or why it is? My assumption for the next clubs should just be IMG grading. That's what we're currently using. That's what the teams have used over the last few years. It should just be the grade. I think... Honestly, at this point, I think Salford has to drop out regardless. Even if they're in the top 14, I think they need to drop out regardless. Unless they can prove that they can pay proper wages next year by basically the end of the Ashes. And if they can't prove that, then I think they've just got to drop out. And that's, of course, no hate to Salford or Salford fans in any way. I think they've also accepted it's probably going to happen. But you can't have Super League looking like that. You just can't have it. So Leigh in possession, 30 metres out. How long is left? The scoreboard went off. Again, happens on a Sky stream. You just love to see it, don't you? So I don't know how long's left in this game, but it's going to be very close to half time. McNamara, 20 metres out, fourth tackle. Slightly left to centre field. We'll go right to Davis, then to O'Brien. Lamb pops across to Hanley, then to Brand. Has to cut back inside. Hankinson gets him down. Hanley will go left to O'Brien. Last tackle, 20 metres out. Left to Lamb. Launches it across to Charnley. Bounces up for him. Does it maybe? No. Goes into touch. And forcing it a bit too much there. Bit of a disconnect for Leigh. I like the effort, but just not executed correctly there, unfortunately. Good scramble from Leeds to shut down those spaces. So, I still don't know how long's left. Bradford shouldn't be in for the same reason as Salford. I'd be happy with Toulouse, York, and third team, no idea. What's the same about Bradford and Salford? Like, issues with payments, things like that? Is that what you mean? Hopefully York come up. I do like a York away day since there's a Nando's next to the ground. Well, there you go. If you've never been to York before, there's a Nando's next to the ground. Get in. Now with Ash Chandley up towards the 40. I still don't know how long's left. I'll get back to the chat in a second as well when half-time is upon us. O'Connor pops up to Gannon on his left. Over halfway. Fourth tackle. It's now with Connor, then Watkins. Look for an offload, gets one to Croft. Fakes a switchback, then to Newman. Drills the ball through. Collected by Hodgson on the 20. Over the 30. That's a great carry. The Zen Monk, though. The Zen Monk is there to knock him down. Lamb, now to Niu. Up towards the 40, McNamara with Mulhern on his left. Hooter is sounded, and now with Niu. Look for an offload maybe. Decent carry inside Leeds territory, but that's going to be half time. And there you have it. Let's see. And to pay the buses, a box of washing liquid. Staff players is bad. No hate to the players or fans. Yeah, absolutely. A few years ago, I'd say us, Fev, but we've fallen off big time. Yeah. Unfortunately. Did so well in just one playoffs and it just didn't work out. I would still say, though, that I think with 14 teams, I think we should have promotion and relegation again. And 2 teams go down, 2 come up. I'd say the winner of the championship goes up automatically. And then playoffs, 2nd versus 5th, 3rd versus 4th, 2 semi-finals, winner plays in finals, and then that winner goes up. That's what I'd say. And yeah, Max, is the Saints Jester said I can't due to copyright. Bradford go bust every few years. They're literally not the same club as they were a few years ago. Well, they wouldn't. If they're getting the points they are in the grading system, it must mean that they're making improvements as a club. Plus, the attendance would go up as well once they're back in Super League. We won the league years in a row. We couldn't get promoted. Powell was great for us. Yeah, it's just that 1 year. Was it 2023 or was it last year? You guys won. Have you been to Odsal? I've been twice, 3 times actually. Here's the thing with Odsal for me. I know people call it a shithole, and I get why, but I really like it. I actually really like... I just like the look of Odsal. There's something about it. I just like the stadium. I understand it's not Super League standard. I fully get it. It needs a lot of work. But there's something about it I just quite like. So I'm a big fan of Odsal. I think its uniqueness is kind of cool. And I think also there used to be a bit of like an aura around Odsal. I remember when I was really young watching the game, Bradford was always a top team. When they had the likes of what was his name? Vinacolo when he was playing. When they had Paul Deacon as well. You know, these kind of guys, there was an aura around Odsal. Like, it was a tricky place to go to. Same with, like, when me and my dad used to go to Knowsley Road. Like, it was always fun going. It never worked out, but it was a daunting place to go to. But there's something about Odsal for me. I just really like it. But it does need improving. Ford got appointed at Fev and then crumbled. Yeah. Is a shithole, but certainly does have a lot of character. Yeah, that's probably a fair assessment. Character might be the right word. Cookers turned us around with 9 out of the last 11. Lost to York and Toulouse by 2. Well, fair enough. Can see us knocking off a few of the Super League hopefuls in the playoffs. Alright. Maybe. Had nice trips to Odsal, to be fair. We did make it to Wembley by winning that. Oh, nice. Very nice. Yeah, I think if we could find a middle ground between keeping the grading system but not using it as the be-all, end-all for who's in Super League, I'd be okay with that. I was thinking about this the other day, actually, because about 9 days ago, somebody commented on a video asking my thoughts on the 14-team Super League, and I was thinking of making a video on it. And I still might, with a bunch of different aspects to it. And I was thinking, could we keep the grading system? Because it does keep clubs accountable. I think there needs to be maybe more that goes into what the points look at. So, like, it is a very simple thing. Spelling mistakes in social media posts is not a good look. Like, I think if you get whatever interactions or impressions you get on a post where you've incorrectly spelt something, you shouldn't get those. That shouldn't count in your analytics, because you messed up your social media post. Like, if you spelt a player incorrectly, or you put 2 of the same player on it, or you've messed up somewhere, like, you shouldn't be able to count that. Did you watch Champ when it used to be on TV? Some cracking games. As you heard in your interview, it's more physical than Super League. I've not actually... I don't even know the last time I watched a Championship game. I don't think I've ever really... I actually don't think I've ever sat down and watched a Championship game. No, I haven't. I've never watched a Championship game. I've watched one League One game, and that was when I went to Rochdale when I did the stuff with Keighley Cougars. That's it. Yeah, I've never watched one. Cass will be relegated because their social media is laughable. Yeah, they've done some dodgy stuff. But I was thinking with the grading system, would you prefer a system where, let's say, a grade C team can move between League One and the Championship? So I believe League One and Championship will merge next year or possibly the year after. But let's assume it's 3 tiers for now. Grade C can only move between League One and the Championship. They can never go up to Super League whilst they're a Grade C. Grade B can exist between all 3 tiers. And a Grade A can never drop to League One. So this is what I'd say as well. Let's say Salford's a Grade B team. So if they finish last, I think they should be able to drop down and be replaced by another B team. Which would, in this case so far, I think it's York that's leading the Championship. So they would go up to replace Salford. Let's say Salford was a Grade A club. Salford would stay in if York didn't become a grade A. So a grade A can replace another grade A, but a grade B can't replace a grade A. I think I'd do that. So York's a B club right now, but on the next review, if it shows that they're a grade A, they don't get in just because they're in the top 12, but they got in because they... that kind of takes away the work of the grading, though, if they don't get in for that reason. Maybe. Possibly. I'd just have straight promotion and relegation, to be honest. Like, I don't want that. It's just, I'm trying to think of like a middle ground, really. I'd rather just have promotion and relegation. But I appreciate the grading is there to keep clubs accountable. But I think we've got to find another way of doing it. It would be more better and competitive if salary cap come in place and or let NRL govern Super League. Well, the salary cap is in place. We do have a salary cap. So someone suggests reserve teams enter League One. I'm not sure if that would work. I'm not against it. I just don't even know if or how it would work. Chairman League One just voted for restructure. So I assume they're all merging together. So that would be 21 teams, right? Because it was Cornwall that dropped out. Cornwall dropped out. If it's 14-team Super League, that means 21 teams. So somebody I've spoke to said that they want to do 2 divisions. I think that's okay, but it's a bit awkward if there's odd numbers. Or do you do 3 groups of 7, and then teams in your division are a loop fixture, basically. With dual reg not existing from next year, I know Trin are creating a fully fledged second team. So if you don't play for the first team, you'll play for the reserves. I don't know if other clubs will do that. I don't know. I guess with some clubs, it's not like they're not going out of their way to do that exactly, Liam, but some clubs have Super League level players in their academy or reserves. I don't know. You'd be happy filling League One with reserves. How would it look, though? That's the thing. How would it look? Would they compete in the Challenge Cup? Probably not. Watched last week's game between Salford and Hull KR. It was like man versus boys. Kills the spirit of the game. Salford should be relegated. Yeah, probably. Thing is with clubs like you say with Benison in the reserves, Saints are getting a few now, so they've got Whitby in there as well. They've got Benison. There's Vaughan as well that's been playing for Salford. I think he'll probably go back to Saints. He's been on loan there. There'll be a few others that I'm missing. Then you've got... Warrington's getting a solid reserve team now. You've got Leon Hayes in there right now. Ewan Irwin. Tom McKinney. Lucas Green when he comes back. Luke Thomas could play in there. Kai Taylor-Ray. Zach Gardner. Zach Barsley-Rowe. There's a few others as well. Yeah, they wouldn't get promoted, I guess. I don't even know. Vaughan is at York? Oh, right, okay. Well, still, he would be part of Saints reserves if they wanted the strongest reserves possible. I don't know, I think I wouldn't actually mind it if Super League went to 13 teams. We could do, everyone would get a bye round, or everyone would get 2 bye rounds. But 14 is fine. Well, if you did 13, you still get 6 games a week, and then each team gets 2 bye rounds in the season, so it's better for player welfare. And then that way, you've got 22 teams in the championship, and then you can have 2 divisions of 11. You could do it that way. Yeah, Vaughan the Saints one is playing for Salford. That's the one I was talking about. The one that's is the Saints player that's at Salford, not Paul Vaughan. Is it Johnny Vaughan? Is that his first name? I think it's Johnny. I'm thinking of doing a video for Magic Weekend. That's been a bit of a topic recently. I know Chris Rydlinski was talking about it when he was on All Out Rugby League the other day, and there's a bit of noise around it, but I think I've got a good idea for Magic Weekend that I think could be good. The problem is, whenever I try and think about making a video on something or thinking about what we could do, it would help if I knew the details. Like, if I knew how much we spent on the stadium, if I knew how much we made in profit, if I knew how much every club got, then I could work it out and say, this is actually financially beneficial. But because I don't, I'm just kind of saying, oh, this is a nice idea, and then the clubs come back and say, well, we actually wouldn't make money doing that, so it's a pointless idea. Thought Magic being scrapped. Well, this is the thing, I think it can still be done. I think we can use Magic Weekend as a tool, like a positive tool to help grow the game, if we do things a little bit differently. There's only a few changes that we need to make, and I think I'll make a video on it soon about what I would personally do. And even in a structure of 26 games, I think there's a way to do it, and one that makes it as successful as possible. So I'll make a video on Magic Weekend soon with my ideas, but of course it would help to know how much is spent on these stadiums. The best assumption I've got is that Wembley costs at least 500k to rent, because I remember somebody made a video a little while ago where they said when Toronto Wolfpack came into Super League, they weren't initially in the Challenge Cup, but they paid to be in it. So I think the RFL wanted them to pay 500k to cover the costs of the final in case they got to the final, because of the lack of fans that they'd be taking. So I think Wembley costs 500k. So anything smaller than that would be less than that, but you can use that as a reference. I know Newcastle Council do like Magic Weekend and think it's an event worth keeping up there. I'm okay with it being there. Part of me thinks that it should be more local. So either Elland Road again, but maybe the Etihad Stadium or Everton Stadium. Keep it more local, more accessible for fans. But I won't say too much on it because don't want to spoil the video. Yeah, Johnny Vegas is he was the first one to ever do an acrobatic finish. The first one ever. Martin of Fire learned from Johnny Vegas. Don't like it being Elland Road. Doesn't feel like a proper weekend now. It's literally 10 minutes down the road from me. Alright, fair enough. I think Etihad would probably be good. Everton Stadium could be good. But I also wouldn't mind the City Ground in Nottingham. I also wouldn't mind somewhere in London. But again, Okay, I'm actually going to stop talking about it now because I will talk about this in the video. But we're about to get underway for the second half very shortly. Is Smoke at the game? Looks like Smoke's at the game. Is that Smoke pointing himself out in the crowd? Good old Smoke. I think the Ashes test at Everton may be a little bit of a test for Rugby League there. At a view for Magic Weekend, should it stay? Yeah, good point. Yeah. I think Everton would appreciate the income as well. And as an Everton fan, I would appreciate the income for Everton. Back underway for the second half. The smoke machines are off again. And Lasone with the first carry of this second half. Who is Smoke? He's just a regular in the chat sometimes. Well, I wouldn't say regular, but he's in here a good chunk of time. A great carrier from Leeds early on. The Zen Monk over the 40 up towards the halfway line. Did Jester guess the right try scorer first tonight? I don't think he gave one, honestly. So Leeds on the halfway line. First try scorer of the second half, Kieran. You got time. You got time. Fourth tackle up towards Leeds 40. Last tackle coming up now for Leeds. Short side right to Brodie Croft. Under pressure from Lamb. Does he evade him? No, he does not. Is there a high shot in there, though? Apparently there is. It is a high shot. Leeds could try and go for two, but I reckon just tap and go. Or kick into touch and go. Croft, he says. Alright. Do you know Liverpool? I'm aware of Liverpool. I've been plenty of times. I know my way around most of the city centre, but around that, not too much. Pape next try scorer says Sleepy Cougar. Okay. Croft. Now to Watkins. Carries up towards the 10. Plenty of tackles to go in this fresh set for Leeds Rhinos. We're Leeds Rhinos. O'Connor shoots it right to Jake Connor. Pops it up to the Zen Monk. Stopped 6 metres short of the try line. Croft goes right to Miller. Pops it up to McDonald. Good defensive work there from Lee. Stopped a few metres short of the try line over on the right hand side of the field. 2 minutes gone in the second half. Fourth tackle. O'Connor goes left to Miller. Then to Brodie Croft. Then to Jake Connor. Now Ash Hanley over on the left hand side of the field. He will be wrapped up 5 or 6 metres short of the try line. Gannon launches it right to Jake Connor. Kicks across. Feels slightly past the sticks. Newman hands it off to, or Hanley, or was it Newman? Either way, the Zen Monk. The Zen Monk is in for a try. Look at him go. The Zen Monk. It's about damn time. Look at him go. The Zen Monk. He's in. Come on, Kieran. You should have known it was him next. You should have known that. Was it Newman? Was it Hanley? I think it was Newman. I don't know. We'll find out. It was Newman. Oh, yes, a gong. That's a great point, actually. That's a great point. Not playing that one on stream. Jesus Christ. Not playing that one either. That is loud. Oh, no. Okay, not playing that one. Not playing that one. So Jake Connor will... Okay. This one will have to do for now. It's not great, but it'll have to do. There you go. There you have it. The Zen Monk gets his own sound effect. Right, so that is 16-8 for Leeds Rhinos. We'll get back underway shortly. It's only just 4 minutes gone so far. Shameley, just hope it's not dead rubber. Going for a stag this weekend. Where should we avoid? Honestly, I don't think there's anywhere to avoid. Just, if you're round near Liverpool 1... and near the if you're near the Albert Dock, if you're near Liverpool 1, around those streets, I think you'll be fine. There's plenty of decent places there. Like if you're near Lime Street Station, Liverpool Central, that kind of area, you'll be fine. It's with Jake Connor, switches back to Morgan Gannon, who carries it strongly over the 40. 5 minutes gone in the second half. Miller with an X carry on the fourth tackle. And again, thank you, Jack Walker, for explaining that. Now with Jake Connor, kicks from the halfway line, hits the belly of the ball. Could be a swirling one, taken on the full by Josh Charnley. Nicely done. Good place to go to. I actually don't know specific places that would be good, unfortunately. So I know how to sort of get around there to go to Everton games. I just don't know if I just don't know specific places. I know there's meant to be a decent Irish bar, plays decent music apparently, which is near Lime Street, but that's all I know. Hodgson with the next carry over the 30. Mulhern with the next carry. 6 minutes gone. Last tackle for Leigh. Out the back to Lamb. Plenty of height on this one. Miller underneath it. Takes it on the 10. Now up towards the 20. Now up towards the 30. Hissing if Jake Connor scored. And an error for Leeds. Hankinson, it's not been his day, has it? It's really not been his day. Not great. Not great. So a mistake there from Leeds. It's going to be a fresh set for Leigh. 30 metres out, they'll have a scrum here. O'Brien will feed the ball in shortly. 7 minutes gone in the second half. O'Brien feeds the ball in. They'll put a foot on it first, and then McNamara shoots it left to Lamb. Now with Niu. Dragging a few defenders forwards. Up towards the 20. McNamara, left to centre field, goes right to Holton. Now 15 metres out. Great chance for Leigh here. 8 points up, then 8 points down. Can they swing it all around? Liu. A few metres short off the try line between the sticks. McNamara will go right to O'Brien. Fakes the switch back then to Hodgson under pressure from Hankinson. He is wrapped up 5 metres short of the line. Umala Hanley waits a dummy half over on the right hand side of the field. On his left to O'Brien, then to McNamara. Now Liu. McDonald is there to wrap him up, so is Croft, so is Lasone, and so is the Zen Monk. Insert gong noise here. Left to Lamb, switches back to Charnley. This is the last tackle, gets an offload for McNamara. Then O'Brien kicks cross field. Brand versus Hankinson, and Hankinson collects it in the in-goal area. That is going to be a 20 metre tap, 7 tackle set. Adrian Lamb is not happy at all, shaking his head. And there's a handoff here to Miller, but he's going to knock the ball on. Hughes, room to run, hands it off to Brand. Can he collect the ball cleanly? Yes, he can. And they just gift the ball back to Leigh. I like the effort there from Leeds. It seemed like it was open. They just didn't execute. McNamara now to Hodgson. Great chance for Leigh. I want Leigh to score again. Just keep making it interesting. It's been a decent game so far. I just want that scoreline to stay close. Hughes is currently getting a bit of treatment at the moment. Testing his jaw or something. McNamara in centre field goes left to O'Brien. I need to yawn again. This is great timing. Ooh, Mulhern up towards the 10. McNamara in centre field. The whistle is finally blown. And Hughes will need to go for HIA or possibly a green card. Or is it if that's on the defensive team? I'm not too sure. I mean, Hankinson has been thrown straight into the fire line. True, but I think some of the mistakes are on him. They're not team-based, they're more him-based. Still with my prediction, Leigh by 4 points. Fair enough. Leigh needs this badly. Get it over. Indeed. Oh, a finger in his eye or something like that? Maybe? Leeds have got to play for the full 80 or Leigh will pip it at the end. By 4 points is a good shout. Absolutely. It was on Miller, just just overran it a little. Oh yeah, misread that for a second then, but yes, I get you. So is this going to be a green card for Hughes? I think it is. So yeah, Hughes will be off for 2 minutes, so Leigh will be down a man for 2 minutes. Third tackle. McNamara goes short side left to Lamb, then to Hodgson. He is stopped about 7 metres short of the try line over on the left-hand side of the field. 2 more tackles to go. 50 minutes on the clock. Now with Lamb, or it is the last tackle actually, kicks cross field. Is batted backwards from Leigh, collected by Mulhern. Chucks the ball over the top. Brand cannot get a hold of the ball. The Leeds, if they chuck the ball around here, could find themselves a bit of a break. Trainer indicated HIA. Oh, right. Well, did he give a green card or was it just straight off for a HIA? I'm not too sure. Did anyone see it given? If not, does anyone know who came on? Leigh, with a fresh set here actually. I thought they were going to turn the ball over, but they've got a fresh set. And Leo with the first carry is stopped a few metres short of the try line, left of the sticks. McNamara at dummy half. Shoots it left to Lamb, then to Hodgson. Newman gets a hold of him, brings him down. Niu, now with Lamb, then to Mulhern. Bumps off the Zen Monk. Then Jenkins will help to wrap him up and bring him down. In centre field, McNamara goes right to Leo. He's going to run it himself. Leo stopped a metre or two short of the line. Plays with McNamara over on the right. Fourth tackle. 6 again for Leigh. They don't need to force anything here, but they might. Lamb, 2-on-1. Brand in the corner. Well done, Leigh. All right, Keenan. All right. Steady on. Okay, that's a try for Leigh. Don't forget you're still losing, Keenan. So maybe wait until you get the lead first, and then just be careful, okay? Be careful. That's a try for Leigh. They could really do with getting the kick now, though. That would be splendid. This is really nicely done down the short side from Leigh. There's not a lot of room to work with, but really good hands. Getting Hankinson in a 2-on-1. Lead runner drew Handley in. Out the back to Lamb. 2-on-1. Off to Brand. Nicely done there from Leigh. Really nicely done. And then Hanley was getting into Miller's face then. He just pushed him off. All right. Game's getting good now. Game is getting good. Something just came up that reminded me. I'm going to say in a second. The kick from O'Brien is... Has he got it this time? He's done it. He's only gone and done it. It's 14-16. We've got a game on. We've got a game on. Lovely. Just check the chat real quick. Hanley knocked. That's why it's a fresh set, as he didn't go past the advantage. Alright, fair enough, Liam. Thank you for explaining that one. I appreciate it. Remember, Lewis gave penalty away just for laughing in someone's face. Yeah, that was a rough one. I think Hankinson will want to forget this debut as soon as possible. Absolutely. Probably would have preferred to play for Salford this week. That decision is one of the biggest embarrassments in Super League. Nothing in Miller's attempted push out, but Lee screaming. Yeah, I think Miller's just trying to make a last-ditch attempt. It was nearly impossible to get him out, but I think he's well within his rights to have a go there. Or at least affect the grounding, possibly. I think he's... Good effort. Offload here for Lee, collected by Hodgson. Room for Hodgson, maybe? Oh, almost. 54 and a half minutes on the clock, sorry. Short side left to Lamb. Dinks the ball towards the back left. Collected by Lockie Miller. Plenty of Lee jerseys there. And he stopped just in front of the 10. Miller was just minding his own business, trying to do his job. Yeah, he was doing his job, man. Do your job, man. Well, he was trying to tackle an Irish player, so that works. Ipape will be coming back on shortly. Palacia with the next carry over the 30. Not a single high tackle. Leeds have been hit about at least 4 so far. Maybe. There's been a couple I thought that didn't quite look right. It's with Croft down the right-hand side. Clipped by the ankles, but gets the ball away to Newman, who kicks the ball through. That is going to find touch behind the 30. I think it was the 30. It's not a bad field position for Lee to start a set here. 55 and a half minutes on the clock. I would like Lee to score next just to make it interesting, because then obviously Leeds will want to answer back after that. If Leeds do score next, I'd like him to miss the kick, so at least is then within range for Lee. I just want this game to just keep being interesting. I would prefer Lee to win because I predicted them to win, and I want my predictions videos to do well. But honestly, I don't really mind who wins this one, because I'm just kind of enjoying the game, to be honest. Davis with a carry up towards halfway. McNamara goes left to Lamb. Engaged the line, pops up to Holton. That could have maybe been forward, but I guess it was Holton slightly in front, made it look like it was. Offloaded back to Holton. Carries it over the 30 up towards the 20. This will now be the last tackle for Lee. Plays with McNamara out the back to O'Brien. Under a bit of pressure. The ball is charged down. Recovered by Lee. And Hodgson will play this for McNamara. 25 metres out. Fresh set for the Leopards. What a great chance here. What a smashing opportunity. McNamara in centre field. 20 metres out. Is this a penalty for late, or are they just having to replay? Ooh, Gannon is slow to get up. 57 minutes on the clock. So they will just play it. Second tackle. Ipape switches back to Davis. Inside the red zone now. You want Golden Point Lee to win. It might happen. You never know. Ipape engaged the line. Stopped on the 10. McNamara over on the right-hand side of the field. Mulhern as an option, but he goes out the back to O'Brien, then to Lamb. Cross to Niu, trying to get around Newman. He does. Ryan Hall to beat. Cuts back towards the middle. Ryan Hall gets him wrapped up, maybe. No, he doesn't. Niu, now with Ipape. Stopped on the 10. Last tackle for Lee. McNamara will go left to Lamb. Back towards the middle with Umala. Hanley gets an offload. Does he? Niu. I think he's held up. He is held up. It's a pretty good game, this. It's a pretty good game. Great effort from Leigh, by the way, and excellent work from Leeds. Really well done. So Ryan Hall will play this on his own 10. Hankinson now in possession. Could he maybe be the hero at the end of this game? Maybe. We will see. Palacia will play this for O'Connor. Now with Miller on the third tackle. Gets an offload to Handley down the left edge. Up towards Leigh's 40. Oh, sorry, I think that's their own... Yeah, their own 40. Sorry about that. Gannon. Slightly wayward, but ends up in the hands of Jake Connor. Now with Miller down the right edge. Fakes a switch back then to Harry Newman down the right-hand side of the field. Lamb trying to get him wrapped up. Niu's there to help out, so is Frankie Holton. McDonald comes in late to gain some extra metres. Oh, I spot a wild Jenna Brooks in the crowd. Hello, Jenna. And that's a penalty for... Is that a Leeds penalty? So is it a... Newman wants to challenge this for a high shot. I'm a little bit confused there because I just kind of missed it. So Leeds are challenging a high tackle. Penalty for dissent from Leeds, but they're challenging a high tackle. Okay. Would the dissent not just overrule this decision anyway? Like, if there was dissent, would it not just overrule it? He got penalised for dissent for complaining because he was hit high. So, would they see it as, if he was hit high, then the dissent is fine because there was a reason why he dissented in the first place? Or would they... Are they basically challenging for no reason here? Because they might win the challenge, but would they see it as that way, though, Alex? Like, would they say, you wouldn't get the dissent without the high shot, therefore, because there was a high shot, it's fine for the dissent? I don't know. I've just never seen them do this before, so we'll see. Dissent overruled? Okay. Challenge is successful. So will this definitely be Leeds ball? I guess it will be. First high tackle given. Well, there we go. Miller will kick this ball into the touch from Leigh's 40, and they will start a fresh set 25 metres out. That is now an hour gone. We've entered the final quarter of the game. Jenkins is now back on for Leeds. Plays it inside the 20. O'Connor in centre field goes right to Croft. Now with Cassell, then to Miller. Miller steps back towards the middle. Stopped on the 10. It happens when the games get good, Sam. That's only when it happens. Palacia. A few metres short of the line, between the sticks, O'Connor waits. Little symbol out the back there. Croft will switch back to Miller. Size up the line, launch it left to Hanley. Bounces nicely for him. Skipping. And then engage the line, comes down 6 metres short of the try line. Gannon on the fourth tackle. Goes right to Connor. Oh, that's actually the last. Towards the sticks, but Niu goes up and comes down with it cleanly. and plays this a few metres in front of his try line. It's now with Josh Charnley down the left edge over the 10. It's a decent carry there to start. Lamb. Need to yawn again. This is great. Sorry, folks. Now with Lamb. Early shift here from Leigh, maybe? No, they'll just pop it up to O'Neill, who is now on for Leigh as well. Plays it for a Pape. Now Joe Offengawi over the 30. Last tackle coming up for Leigh. Out the back to Lachlan Lamb. Decent distance on this one. 40-20 maybe. Oh my god. Nailed it. Nailed it. Lachlan Lamb, you absolute beauty. What a kick. What an absolute beauty from Lachlan Lamb. From the 30. Launched it. Bounces once and then bounces on the touchline. Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. Wow. They were basically getting nowhere in that set. Basically nowhere. Well, that is really, really nicely done. It was like you in the field. Pape goes right to Lamb, switches back to Trout. He is now stopped a few metres short of the try line in between the sticks. Pape will go right to O'Brien, pops up to O'Neill. Look for an offload maybe. He is slammed down just in front of the 10. Third tackle. Pape over on the right hand side of the field at dummy half, comes back towards the middle with O'Brien. Them to Offengawi. Dragging a few defenders towards the try line. He's stopped a metre short. Just left of the sticks. Fourth tackle. Pape goes left to Lamb. Then to Niu. Then Hodgson. Bit of room to run here for Hodgson. Dives over and is maybe in. I didn't quite see that because they changed the bloody camera angle at the last second. Ref wanted to give it as a try, but he's now changed his mind. Try is given on field for the video ref to check. It's all over the place, folks. It's all over bloody place. Listen, you kids in the back there, less of that. You get home and get on Roblox or something, alright? Just relax, okay? Relax. They're going to check a potential obstruction, maybe? Looking majestic as usual, handsome. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you kindly. They scored you're next to the ground. Oh, nice. Like call from the touch judge, I believe there. Yeah, absolutely. Fresh trim looking good. Well, thank you kindly. I was getting bullied by was it LG before? Not being very nice. I always look dramatically better after a haircut. That Leigh kid giving it full beans. You're a flipping idiot, ref. Oh, F you, you're a flipping idiot. Did you predict Wakey to beat Saints? I predicted Saints to beat Wakey. So they are going to say it's obstruction. There's going to be no try. What a great effort. You're acting like you don't signal at the away end to meet you after the game. Why? I'm not like that. I'm not like that. Oh, nice air, mate. Do you know what? I never even really thought of looking back at this. That's actually such a bullshit call. How's that obstruction affecting that moment? I didn't see the grounding, so I don't know if he just straight up knocked it on. If he did, then fair enough. But if they've given no try for obstruction, I think that's wrong. Because they had plenty of defenders there. Plenty. I think you'd beat Neo in a race. I think if I had a major head start, maybe. Croft in possession, though, up towards Lee's 30. So you never stuck the V's at the Saints away end. I've wanted to, but I haven't. I've really wanted to. Miller, just short of the red zone, will go left to Connor, kicks the ball slightly towards the back left. Hodgson knocks the ball on, Gannon recovers it. Stopped 2 meters short of the line. It's now with Cassell. Stopped a metre short of the try line. Still left of the sticks. O'Connor will go right to Jake Connor. They might have the numbers here in the space. They might do. Miller cuts back towards the middle. Eventually surrenders. Mate, we need a solution for these kind of surrenders. I do have an idea in mind, but we need to start doing something about these. Palacia takes it up just a few metres short of the try line. O'Connor right at the sticks. Third tackle. He will go left to Croft. Out the back to Connor. Then across to Miller. Ash Hanley. Hanley to beat. Wraps him up because he's so good in defence. Most of the time. Not all the time. Most of the time. So now with Cassell in centre field. Takes it back up towards the 10. Last tackle for Leeds. 65.5 minutes on the clock. O'Connor. Left to Miller. Engage the line. Kicks the ball through. Hodgson is there. Grounds the ball in goal. Don't know if someone was taken out off the ball, but he at least grounds it in goal, and that's a goal line dropout. It's very harsh because that's much time between the obstruction and the grounding. Yeah, there's plenty of defenders in that frame there, so I think that's harsh. He wasn't named in the 21-man squad, so Wellesby's not back. All right. They've gone for a short dropout. I like the intent, they knock it backwards, but O'Connor, I think, has just knocked the ball on. Oh. If O'Connor collects that ball, that could be a try for Leeds. So close, so close. .66.5 minutes on the clock. Connor is a bum, is he? It was O'Connor that dropped it, by the way. Not Connor, it was O'Connor. Like Connor, but with an O. And an apostrophe. Bit of spice on it. Not Colombian, though. Like what Kieran likes. Ipape tries to scoot from dummy half, but he's stopped almost immediately by Gannon. It's now with O'Brien, then to O'Neill down the right-hand side, over the 30. 67.5 minutes on the clock. Offengawi hands it off to Trout with a strong carry here over the 40. Only on weekends. Well, as long as it's only on weekends. Certainly not on the school night. Out the back to Lamb, kicks from the 40. Collected by Miller, just in front of his own 10, over the 20. He's shifting left, wrapped up by Offengawi, who wants his trousers, apparently. I say trousers, they're shorts. Imagine Rugby League played in trousers. Get some chinos on. Up towards the 20. 68 minutes on the clock, so that means 12 minutes to go, if you're good at maths. Ryan Hall with the next carry. Over the 20, up towards the 30. Ash Hanley scoots from dummy half up towards the 40. Decent meters there. And 2 more tackles to go as well. Plays it for O'Connor in centre field. Right to Jenkins. Over halfway, inside Lee territory. Plays it for O'Connor. He goes left to Jake Connor. Kicks from halfway. Plenty of height on this one. Brand underneath it. Takes it cleanly. And he's wrapped up. Stopped about 15 metres in front of his own try line. For KR, I want Leeds to win. Personally, For KR, I want Leeds to win. Personally, I want Lee to win so I can banter Mario and Sonic. Bloody hell. Neo with the next carry. Hands it off to Hodgson. Calls for high shot from the crowd. It was actually, I don't think it was anywhere near a high shot. It just looked awkward. Ipape now with Offengawi on his right. Goes to O'Brien. Then across to Keenan Brand. Has to step back inside slightly. Fourth tackle coming up for Lee. Umaila Hanley at dummy half. Back towards the middle with O'Brien. Then Offengawi. Over the 40. Up towards halfway. Plenty of people in here, folks. If you're not subscribed yet, please do. And if you could like the stream as well, it helps to get out there to more people. That would be splendid. Great. Hanley looking for an offload. Gets one, but teammate wasn't watching, so Leeds have the ball. It's with Lockie Miller. Up towards halfway. So this could be a great opportunity for Leeds to extend the lead here, because still got 3 more tackles to go in this set, and they're about 35 metres out. So they could do something here. Could really do something. You have 1.21 channel million channel views. Hold it, yeah, it's wild. I'm very proud of that. I'm very, very proud of that. O'Connor will go left to Miller. Steps off his left foot. Is he going to get wrapped up? No, he's not. Engage the line. Down the short side left. And Hankinson drops the ball again. Not a great pass, first of all, but that's another knock on. You hit 10.9? Yes, I did. I'm actually 53 subscribers away from 11,000. Just 53. That NRL stream this morning actually helped massively. If you guys haven't seen the stream highlights for that one, go check it out on TikTok. Thank you. So yeah, very close to 11k. Very, very close. Hodgson with a carry over the 30. 9 minutes to go. I still think there's more points in this game. It's going to be Charnley with the next carry over the 30. Third tackle coming up. Now with Liu. Right to O'Brien. Then to O'Neill. Switches back to Lamb. Hanley is wrapped up by Hanley. Interestingly. Brand. Over the 40. Now the last tackle. 71.5 minutes on the clock. O'Brien will chip the ball towards, or dink the ball towards the back right. Looking for touch. He does find it behind the 20. So, just trying to build a bit of territory here. They need a solid defensive set. If they're going to do stuff like that, they need a solid defensive set. NRL predictions was your 500th video. Was it? Was it really? 500 video. That might include live streams as well, though. I'm not sure if that includes lives, but 500? That's wow. I didn't realise I made so many. I mean, I know I normally make 2 or 3 a week, like consistently during the season. But yeah, bloody hell. Thank you, Alex. If it includes live, then Broncos vs Storm was. Maybe. Maybe. I guess we'll find out when this stream's done. Thank you, Kieran. Thank you kindly. Especially the garlic smoothie batter. Mate, honestly, Peter, you hit the nail on the head. Guys, you should have been there. What a moment. Miller with a great run down the left edge. Last tackle. Hankinson at dummy half. Towards the middle now with Jake Connor. Under pressure but gets a kick away. Towards the sticks. Hodgson underneath it. He's knocked on a few times so far in this game, but takes it cleanly that time. Good lad. Should have had a number 500 shirt. Well, I didn't even know. Maybe for 1,000. That'll be in a few years' time. Charnley will play this ball for a Pape 15 out from his own try line. Now with Tessiniu. Up towards the 20. Still shifting. Gets an offload as well. It's now with Trout. Now with Liu. 6.5 minutes to go. It's getting spicy now, folks. Offengawi over the 30. Just up towards the 40. Plays this for a Pape in centre field on the 4th tackle. He will go right to O'Brien. Then to Hodgson under pressure. Just keeps hold of the ball. Last tackle now. Umaila Hanley at dummy half. Now with O'Brien under pressure. Gets the kick away. Hits the belly of the ball. Could be a tough one for Ryan Hall here. Bounces once. Collected by Harry Newman on the 30. Brodie Croft at dummy half will hand the ball off to Ryan Hall. Spins up towards the 40. Plays it for Croft. Now with Miller with a strong carry up towards the halfway line. Trout and Epape to stop him. The ball comes loose. That's a strip. That is a clean strip. It was a little bit awkward for a second there, but that's clean. Leigh Leopards in possession on halfway. 5.5 minutes to go. O'Brien at dummy half. Hands it off to Umaila Hanley. That looked high for a second then. Well done, Trout. Well done. Noticing that Epape dropped off. Oof, Lamb down the left edge. Dinks the ball over the top. Charlie chasing. Beautiful. Knocks on. Josh. No. Nearly dragged into touch, maybe? Has he been dragged in? No, he hasn't. Oh my God. Listening from Egypt, I'm global. Fantastic. Well, hello to you. Look at those biceps. What biceps? Just placed 75 quid on Leigh 4-1. Bold call. Decent money though if you get it. Decent money. So Connor hands the ball to Jenkins, who carries it over halfway. 2 more tackles in this set. Just subscribe, 1 close to 11k. Thank you very much, Miss H. Thank you very much. That is now 50 subscribers away. There is a break for Leeds support on the right for Croft. Croft is in. That, I think, is going to be it. I think Leeds... I think they've just done it. I'm going to have to see that one again. Croft is loving it. He's absolutely loving it. It's right near the sticks as well. Well, it's basically in front of the sticks, so that is going to be a try and probably conversion for Leeds to make it 22-14. That will also be my prediction being incorrect as well, unfortunately. But it's been a good game anyway. I knew that this one could easily go the other way, so I don't mind it. Unless Leigh want to do another late comeback, we'll see. Oh, if only Josh Charlie kept hold of that. If only. Let's see this one again. So it's with O'Connor, then with Watkins. Ooh, Offengawi just got his feet locked in. Oh, dear. Brodie Croft in support there. Yeah, it's Offengawi. I'm not sure. I think he had eyes on Watkins. Maybe didn't notice Miller or just wasn't really paying much attention. Expected a carry from Watkins, possibly. Yeah, it was Offengawi there. How long's left? Bentley, there is 2 minutes and 39 seconds. Any relation to Robbie? By any chance, Bentley? Any chance? So they would need to score twice. If this was a tough kick, then it would be doable. But it's not. So it isn't. But you never know. If they get the ball from a short kick-off and score straight away, you never know. You're going to head out now? See you later, mate. Well, thank you for stopping by, Liam. It is greatly appreciated, sir. Thank you very much. So, 2.5 minutes to go. Just a reminder, folks, as well, I will be streaming an NRL game tomorrow. I can't remember which one it is. It is... It's a short dropout, by the way. I'll just look at that real quick. Knocked backwards by Leigh, collected by Jake Connor, and he comes down with it on the 40. Lovely stuff. I'm going to be streaming Raiders vs Eagles tomorrow. There we go. That's the one. How come the game's been on for so long? I don't think it's been on that. I think it's been on normal length of time, I think. Yeah, it's been pretty normal length of time. It's with Jenkins with the next carry. 2 minutes to go. O'Connor at dummy half in centre field. He'll go left to Watkins. Runs it straight up towards the 20. Last tackle for Leeds. Go left to Jake Connor. He'll just drill this ball into touch. Not the right time for the smoke machines, boys. Not the right time. 1 minute and a half to go. Ezra Ram's hamstring, not the only thing that's been hit hard. At least the hammy didn't have coke in its system. Well, that wasn't me. That was Kieran. So he says only on weekends. All right, Kieran. All right. Who's been your player of the match? Great question, actually. I think it was Peter that suggested doing this, which sometimes I do anyway. But I'll give you a four-man shortlist, and I'll let you guys vote. That's going to be a mistake from Lee. Let's start putting a list together, shall we? I think he's in line for it. I think he's in line with it. $30 seconds to go. Clock is stopped right now. Leeds have a scrum. Connor and Offengawi going at it. Steady on, lads. Steady on. Who else? Honestly, I think these guys, because he helped massively. And then we'll go with him. We'll chuck him in there as well. There you go. That's my shortlist. So vote on the poll in the live stream. Let know who your player of the match is. I've gone with Croft, Miller, Connor and Brand as my shortlist. Because sometimes man of the match might be on the losing side. I think Brand has been pretty reliable. And 2 tries as well. So I think, yeah, he's done a good job. The Zen Monk, who could have been on the shortlist. Lasone's up there, I think, possibly. Well, knock on from Leeds. I reckon Lee can score 2 in 12 seconds, right? Well, Leeds are going to get this one done. This was a solid game, this. A really, really solid game. There you go, folks. Full time. That's a cracking effort from both teams. Lee with an 8-point lead. Leeds then take an 8-point lead themselves, and after coming back. The thing that got it started was a 40-20 from Jake Connor. Momentum really shifted after that. When Lasone came on as well, he was huge, getting a try through the middle, like between the sticks. And then, yeah, Leeds just pretty solid from then on. Not gifting too much away, but Lee, really strong fight back there. Really, really strong. Thank you, Alex. Back from this morning. Lovely, Isaac. Lovely stuff. Good to see you again. Kieran with a donation. Thank you kindly. It is greatly appreciated. You get a trumpet. How about a gong as well? Lovely. Okay. Night, Isaac. You're a Rovers fan, pleased with the Leeds win? Alright, okay. Fair dues, fair dues. Just about to ask. Well, there you go. You didn't have to. I know you. I know you. Thanks for the commentary. You're welcome, Miss H. Thanks to all that stopped by. Thank you for the donations. There was Paul Fairhurst, I believe, earlier on. And then that donation from Kieran is greatly appreciated. So, in terms of the stream schedule, just to quickly go through it again. I'll be streaming Raiders vs Eagles tomorrow morning. That's at 10:45 AM. That's when it starts the stream, which is 7:45 PM in Canberra. Saturday, Bulldogs vs Warriors. That's 10:20 AM, 7:20 PM Canberra. Hull KR vs Castleford. That's 2:45 PM. Huddersfield vs Catalans, 5:15 PM. Not looking forward to it, but let's all have a laugh, shall we? That's probably going to be the most unserious I'll be all weekend. And then Sunday the 10th is Hull FC vs Salford at 2:45 PM. Unfortunately, there's no game on my birthday. It could have been cool to do. But yeah, my birthday's the 12th of August, by the way, for those that don't know. But yeah. It is what it is. I missed it out because I ain't getting up. I'm already doing plenty of games this weekend. Okay. Let's have a look at this poll. 9 votes, 56% say Miller with man of the match. Bid opens at that for what? What are we bidding on here? For me to do a live. What time is it on? 8:30. Tempting. Very tempting. You know what's going to be the best game of the week? Well, maybe. Storm vs Broncos was, you know, could have been one. 8th versus 9th to the death. Bulldogs vs Warriors could be. Cheers, good commentary. Panthers will win tonight over Knights by many, probably. Yeah, I've gone with 30-10 to the Panthers in that one. It could be more, honestly, but we'll see. Make it 50, Sam. I'll do the game, but don't do it, because I don't intend to do the game anyway. If you did send it, I would do it, but just to be clear, don't send it. Don't. Do not. I'm standing firm on 50. Do not send me that money. Do not send me it. But I'm basically saying, if you did, I'm trying to price you out here, basically. Even though you've sent me 50 before, I'm trying to price you out. And you've just lost 75 quid. So, I'm trying to price you out. Are you live tomorrow? Yes, I'm live for Raiders vs Eagles. Wait, is that tomorrow morning? Yeah, Raiders vs Eagles tomorrow. We will see then, won't we? Maybe. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. Who knows? Right then, I'm going to call it a day there. If you're not following me on TikTok, please do. Link in the description. If you're not joined the Discord yet and you'd like to, link in the description as well. Follow me on socials as well. Check out the website if you want to. There's also a store there if you want to get some hoodies. But yeah, thank you very much for stopping by. And let's see, what subs are we at now? I am 48 away from 11,000. I reckon I could do that this weekend. I reckon I could do that. 500 videos, bloody hell. 1.2 million views. Very proud of that. Okay, so thank you for stopping by. How about 30 to charity? If you want to send 30 to charity, you can do it. But I probably won't do a live stream. But you could still send 30 to charity. So, thank you for stopping by. Thank you very much for the donations. Player of the match. It's not been that many votes. Will go to Lockie Miller. If I happen to be up early enough, Sam, like if I'm already up early and I've got plenty of time to do the graphics and stuff, then I might decide to do it. Like, if I'm just up. Charity, I'm just saying donate it to charity. You're the one that's got 30 quid to send to charity, so you're the one that hates it. You're the one that hates it. Beef in Discord, is there? Yeah, it looks okay. Looks alright. Okay then, right. I will say toodle pip then, folks. Greatly appreciated. Decent peak on the number of views. Decent number of people stopping by on average as well. It's greatly appreciated. It feels like the numbers are going up recently, which is good. But since I'm trying to make a living from this now, so the fact the numbers are going up is a massive help. Need to get involved. What is the beef, Sam? Before I go, what is the beef here? Is that you starting the beef? Is that you starting the beef? What are you doing here? Yeah, don't stir the pot, Sam. Just leave it there. Honestly, just leave it there for God's sake. Right then. Okay, I will go now. I'm just dragging it on now. Okay then. Toodle pip.